What's up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video coming in live and direct. So, anyway, I got an hour to kill real quick. So, I'm gonna be out here a little bit in the rain, chilling, looking at the street. Let me like put my headset in so y'all can hear me a little bit better. One second. All right. So, anyway, make sure you check in with a like, check out with a comment. You know, obviously, well, I ain't got stuff in the description. I will say this. Definitely Kevin, I was on Bernard Riley show, and shout out to Bernard Riley, really great show. Shay came in and said he's probably got one of the best live streams, and I actually do agree with that. You know, his show does run like a talk show, so kudos to him, and kudos to y'all for definitely supporting it, because you all definitely support it based on the quality of conversations being given. That being said, um, conversation was had, and basically Kevin, I was talking about like Hope and Obsidian, and Kevin would do like a play by play with April Mason. April Mason's video that got on my nerves, like for real, with like how she views marriage and dealing with marriage, as far as if you're an entrepreneurial woman and all this shit. So anyway, Kevin said he's doing a show with that. He was kind of already in the pipeline, and that was going to be a part of what he wants to do. So definitely check it out. You know, Kevin's at about 57 to 58. You know, definitely go over there, sub to him, get him over 60. You know, he does put time in the manosphere, and I think that does warrant. And he does have a service, or at least a skill set that is useful to black men. So I mean, it ain't nothing wrong. Definitely push him over the top. We definitely need to have more content creators that are knocking at the door of like 80, 100,000. Shout out to Jada Black, which is kind of in the orbit of the manosphere. You got people like Professor Black Truth, Jason Black. They're all in the orbits around the manosphere, not necessarily manosphere. Um, shout out to O'Shea, which obviously is Manosphere, and shout out Angry Man, because I know Angry Man's up there as well. So anyway, that's important. That being said, so that's that part. That's the only part that has to do with Kevin. So I think that's important, because the thing about Kevin is, what nobody can question is, we know Kevin's got money. We know Kevin's in the 92. He's in that space. So when he says something, he has a certain credibility because his stuff is out there. And that's the shit. I'm not trying to put my shit out there like that as far as my finances, but his shit is out there. So when these women talk about all these, what about these men and ain't enough of these men? Well, how do they respond when they talk to a man at that level? And Jason Black, I believe, is at that level too. And it's always interesting when he had his conversations, because you find these women don't know what to do with a dude like that. They don't. Whether it's somebody like Kevin, who's very different than a Jason Black. Jason Black has money, but Jason Black is more blue collar, even though he has his money, versus Kevin's more, I think, white collar. And then you got somebody like Glenn Cameron, which is kind of like a blend of both, kind of like the in between. So the question is, what do you do with these guys when you get a hold of them? And when I look at them, Jason Black has the pro-black stuff. Kevin has you get the best woman is for you. And these women, basically, if they want to do if you did the work to get to that level, then any woman's gonna have to work to get you. So and nobody should get a pass. And then Glenn and Cameron, for the most part, ain't even checking for sisters like that. And he has said that. Not that he has an issue with it, but he talks about it on cultural compatibility grounds. And yes, he was married to a black woman. And he has a black daughter. So let's not act like he just cycled them. And these are all dudes that are relatively in the same age, even though Jason's 10 years younger. So if you take the pro-black angle out of it, then, and none of these dudes are anti-black, it's just, they just don't put that as like, that's not gonna nullify everything else. You tend to see the fucking trend, right? So anyway, that's the only reason he was in the title. So check that out, look for that, because I'm definitely gonna look for it. I'm probably gonna super chat in there, because it's definitely a conversation I want to be had, because I'm here. That's that little, oh, whatever, the spell checks. I don't give a fuck. I put this shit I titled this shit what I wanted to title, so it is what it is. I'm not going on his show, first of all. And second of all, some of y'all are going to start getting penalized for dumbass comments. Understand something. I have no problem with people. I have no problem with people going all the way in to prove a point. But the fucking name calling, you know, come on, man. Y'all gonna stop with that goddamn name calling for real. Cause I don't do that shit. So y'all are not mirroring that shit from what the fuck I do. Um, so for real. So yeah, I'm dead ass fucking serious. I gave an explanation for y'all why I promoted that channel, promoted that video, and he hasn't even done it yet. So just accept it as that. It kills me with the people, I don't some people chat, but then some people want to chat and then, they want to just put some shit in there and then think, okay, if I let some shit slide, you do realize if I put something in the chat, even though I ain't looking at it and I let it slide, then like somebody could try to tag me on that. But obviously y'all don't give a fuck. If y'all care, but if y'all want to say some shit, talking shit about Kev so much, put that shit in the super chat if y'all want that shit to stick. And that's with anybody. Because even motherfuckers like C Boogie and other motherfuckers, you don't hear me calling them out their name and shit. Because I don't want nobody to call me out of my fucking name. And so that just is what it is, man. We're all grown. The end of the fucking day, like I was saying before, this is to my other shit. So this is going to be a rant. And most of my shit is a rant. So that should tell you something if I'm telling you it's going to be a rant. One of the things is fucking getting on my nerves. And this is why I kind of have been getting a little bit extra animated last week and on certain panels that you've seen me, if you see me on Ramil and stuff like that, it's because I'm fucking tired of people jumping like me. I really am. I'm tired of black men doing it. If you're not going to be constructive with what you do, and understand when we're talking about a black man that died, nobody, I get it, but no, everybody already knows that you black men have to act a certain way with the police. Nobody fucking doesn't know that. That's like saying, well, if you just had the blood of Christ, if you were saved, then it's when everybody knows what that means. Nobody needs to have that brought up in a fucking argument. It's a basic argument, but that's not even the main thing I want to talk about. What I'm fucking tired of, really, because at least what I would say about that situation is these are other black men. Other black men that it could very well be them in that situation. And I know that doesn't go past them. But that's not really what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is the is something more akin to celebrities and a couple of different demographics. So obviously you all know the LGBT Supreme Court passed saying LGBT workers could not be discriminated against the workplace. Most companies were doing that anyway. A lot of states were doing that anyway. This just gets to the holdout conservative states that they were just going to keep the laws gray. That's what that was for. That's why you had somebody Trump put in there. That was an easy one. It was an easy one. That's why you got the go. So nothing's changed because of that. It was already hard to fire these motherfuckers and fire LGBT folks anyway. And even black LGBT folks have been able to get away with a lot of shit in corporate America and show their ass in a way that black men can't show their ass. They need to fucking pass a law for black men when it comes to that shit. Because real fucking talk, HR fucks with us. This is why when I hear shit when it comes to Black Lives Matter, which is an LGBT group, and I didn't really support. That's why you don't see me posting shit. You hear me talk to a situation, but you don't ever hear me posting shit on like supporting Black Lives Matter because we've already addressed that in 2018. They're a fucking LGBT Black feminist organization. That's what they are. But anyway, the point is, I'm fucking sick of people attention whoring over black men being dead black men. I'm just tired of it. I'm beyond tired of that shit. And that's why a lot of times I stay away from situations like that unless I'm talking to other black men, because the reality is the attention horn is real, man. Every group, all marching and shit, I personally don't give a shit about none of it, to be completely honest with you. You know, you got now motherfuckers are trying to say all black lives matter. And I'm like, okay, I can recognize your right to be alive, but cops ain't shooting gay people. What gay black man that got shot? You put him, you bring him to me right now. What gay black man that got shot? Bring up the article. What gay lesbian got shot? What gay trans person got shot by the police? If you fuck with a trans person, that's a hate crime. And trust me, they have no problem doling out hate crimes to black men because they would love to do it. Like, you got to remember that Jesse Smollett bullshit. Just to show you how small of a world, the chick that was on that movie Harley Quinn, the black chick, that's Jesse Smollett's sister. These motherfuckers had to lie, and then black men got to that when that was Nigerian men, and they didn't even do shit because that was a setup. People forget that shit in Chicago. You got a lesbian in fucking Chicago mayorship that black people voted her in. No way. You know how it is to get a black person in Chicago. Chicago ain't Atlanta, it ain't Baltimore, it ain't these other cities, let alone get a gay person. So that means there was a whole bunch of black men that voted for her. Heterosexual black men. She in there just like Bottoms is in there. So this idea that black men are discriminating against against anybody, LGBT or any version of black people, black men need to do a hell of a lot more discriminating. That's our problem. We need to start saying, if you don't represent our interests and you demonstrated you don't, we're not fucking with you. Fuck what you think. That's the issue. So I hear all black lives matter. That's a shot across the bow to black men. And real talk, that's the type of shit, and I said it on Facebook. I said, that's the type of shit that's going to remind motherfuckers why you vote Republican. I always tell Ramil and a lot of these folks that like Trump, understand everybody's not going to fucking like fuck Trump. And trust me, you can make an argument about him and the economy. No. Trade war, no. Anybody that's really on the economic shit, if you do a line by line, Trump is not great for the economy like that. But I don't give a shit about that. That is not why a lot of black men are going to vote for Trump or not vote. Because Trump is somebody is going to come and go. He's got 4 more years and then that's over. Versus the Democratic Party is somebody who needs to be taught a lesson now. Like, seriously, that's something that's going forward. And I'll vote for 4 more years of Trump. He's already put justices in there. Think about it. Trump has already put Supreme Court justices in there. And guess what happened? This LGBT, the actual judge that Trump put in there, one of them actually wrote the saying approving that law. So he not only voted for it, he put why he voted for it. And it one, but keep that in mind. He wasn't the 3 that doesn't do it because Trump is not really that conservative as people want to act like he is. He's not liberal, but remember, Nixon was more liberal than Trump. You know, Trump has always been, he's like Bloomberg. He's like the opposite of Bloomberg in a sense politically, where he's more red than blue. Bloomberg's more blue than red, but Bloomberg just doesn't like unions. That's the only issue he has with the Democratic Party. So my thing is, you got all these people, these women, white celebrities. I'm gonna go down the list. Let me go down the fucking list. I'm gonna start at the top. Let's start with these white fucking celebrities. First of all, let's do this actually. Dave Chappelle, there's only a couple of black celebrities that have a right to say some shit. In my opinion, Dave Chappelle would be one of them. Because Dave Chappelle, not because of 846, because Dave Chappelle has done one of 2 things. Number 1, Dave Chappelle knows what the fuck he's talking. What's up, world's great? Dave Chappelle demonstrated he knows what the fuck he's talking about. Dave Chappelle has lived a life experience and he knows what the fuck he's talking about. Also, Dave Chappelle left money on the table he didn't have to leave. And he came back and did shit on his terms, which is something very few black men have demonstrated they're willing to do. Nick Cannon has come close when he left that money for You Think You Got Talent. And they tried to come for him. So they've come for him and he's come back there. Also, he knows what he's talking about, which is actually more important. He can actually speak to this shit in a real way. And I'm not expecting Dave Chappelle to be an activist. He just needs to do what the fuck he needs to do. That's why he gets like a pass, right? Outside of, I don't fucking want to hear what no fucking celebrity has to say. Corey Holcomb is like a pseudo celebrity, and Corey Holcomb's close to us, and he is actually Richland. So you get what I'm saying. But I don't want to hear what none of these celebrities have to say. I don't want to hear what none of these white celebrities have to say. I don't want to hear these TikTok videos and these fucking commercials. Stick with the COVID shit. But I don't want to hear what y'all got to say about black men. Damn black lives, black men. Black men are getting fucked up in this game. Black men are the ones getting mainly fucked up with black on black crime. Even if you want to say ain't a whole bunch of unarmed black men getting shot, black on black crime, that's black men. That's not black men versus black women. That's black men. Black men are targeted. Black men are the most homeless. Black men are the most harassed by the police. Black men are the most demographic that's in jail. Over non-violent offenses, mind you. Over drug possession is the majority. So we're not even talking about, okay, they're not violent, but you stealing shit. No, drug offenses, which has nothing to do with you doing something to somebody else. The reality of the fucking situation is, I don't give a fuck about what other group you talk about. Nobody is dealing within a matter of 4 or 5 times within that range of what black men are having to fucking deal with in this country every day. Yes, everything doesn't touch everybody. But death is gonna come for everybody one day. So just because you ain't in a war zone, don't mean you ain't gotta look at other shit. And it's not just death. It's about corporate America. It's about a lot of different shit that black men gotta deal with that other people don't gotta think about. We live in a completely different world than even what our women live in. And you can tell by the priorities they talk about. But getting back to these white motherfuckers, I'm gonna say this real talk. I don't wanna hear that you understand. The reality is, y'all didn't understand when Tamir Rice got shot. Y'all can say what you want to say about Mike Brown. You can say what you want, but when that 12-year-old got shot, nobody understood then, and that told me everything because people had no excuse. Even LeBron James was like wishy-washy about that shit. And the reality of the situation is, some of these NBA players have been tagged. But the truth is, I don't give a fuck about white guilt. I have told white people up front, keep your guilt. I don't give a shit. You don't hear me bringing this shit up with you. And when I do bring it up, I'm talking about it in a matter of fact. I don't talk about it like I expect you to do something, because you ain't. This is when I'm going to start sounding a little bit like Ramil. I know you ain't going to do shit. So why the fuck, am I going to sit here and have a plea with you? No. So I don't want to hear about white guilt that you understand. And the reason I'm saying that is because I know what you're doing is a attention horn. Social media is gaining more and more ground over mainstream media. People forget these apps, HBO Max, ESPN, Disney Plus, AT&T, all these companies are putting their portfolios on the internet. So now they're looking for people that actually drive views. Now, yeah, they want them to be corporately sanitized, but they are looking for people that drive views, and you seeing it. You seeing it with what fucking happened to Roland Martin. Jamel Hill's on fucking YouTube now with a YouTube original. These people are clamoring for jobs. Because at the end of the day, if people are not fucking with you like that, you can no longer look to a corporation that's going to protect you. You're going to have an audience. I can't stand Laura Ingraham, but people fuck with Laura Ingraham. She has an audience. And that's how it is with all of y'all. Y'all are going to have an audience. Y'all are not all this bullshit where a lot of y'all bitches will talk about black men. And now when you need black men to actually come hear you, now y'all don't know what the fuck to say. Because now y'all not going to be able to cozy up with Zaddy. But going back to the white folks for a second, at the end of the fucking day, y'all are doing that because y'all are attention whoring. That's all of y'all doing. Y'all don't really give a fuck about black men. And I'm specifically talking about black men because black men are the only ones that are really getting shot like that. Yes, there's a couple of sisters getting shot, and yes, that's a fucking tragedy. But for every sister to get shot, it's like 10 or 15 black men is getting fucked up. It's not even close. This is why you never compare black female statistics to black male statistics, because it would be obvious. They always compare black women to other races of women. So, and BGS has already chronicled this shit. Even if I were to look at Hollywood, let's be absolutely clear here. I don't see you motherfuckers in Hollywood advocating for black men to stop wearing a fucking dress if they don't want to. I don't hear you motherfuckers advocating for maybe the black man doesn't need to be the first motherfucker to die in a fucking movie. I don't hear you all talking about giving black men a little bit more distribution. I don't in the fucking movies, in order for us to make the movies that black men want to see or that black people want to see, or giving the actual some real ability to invest in our own shit. Byron Allen, whatever, but I don't see y'all giving us TV rights. I don't hear none of that shit. I don't see none of that shit. So I don't want to hear nothing you gotta fucking say, because anything that's real or tangible, even the gesture, like when it comes to being in roles and shit, giving the black male directors, when they are sitting here making a hell of a lot of money for Hollywood, these motherfuckers get called when they get called. Other than like Jordan Peele, because he's like the liberal flavor of the month. But you know the folks that I'm talking about. Antoine Fuqua, they stay hitting home runs. I don't see none of that. I don't see none of y'all standing up for black men or black men to get paid. Like Terrence Howard stood up for Robert Downey Jr. Terrence Howard put it on the line. I don't see that. Robert Downey Jr. did not do the same thing for Terrence Howard. Let's be clear about that. So at the same time, I don't want to hear what any of you motherfuckers have to say. Keep your fucking white guilt. Keep it moving. And stop acting like you ain't like that. I'm not like the conservatives. Yes, you fucking are. You are like that. Bill Maher and all of y'all are all like that. All of you. The only difference is you all do it behind the scenes on the low, and then bitches like Laura Ingraham own they shit. That's the only difference. People like Bill O'Reilly own it and dare you to do something about it. The rest of y'all fucking don't want to do that, and that's actually worse. In many ways, that if you look at that fucking will he won't she with black people, that shit has actually been more detrimental for black people than actually over. Now I get it. Look, man, I don't want to hear no old motherfucker coming in me talk about you don't know how it used to be, with before the 60s. I get that. But what I'm telling you is this is not about me saying I'd rather have that than how it is. This is about me checking these white folks who want to act like they not racist and telling me to point the finger at somebody fucking else. Point the finger at Trump. What about fucking Biden? And I don't give a fuck about what black people told him. What about Biden that actually created that goddamn law? What laws has Trump created to lock a whole bunch of niggas up? Like seriously, yes, I think Trump is racist. But I also think Trump is a classist too. And what? And what separates him from every other white man that's been in the fucking White House? Minus maybe like Jimmy Carter and maybe one other that I can't name. What's the difference? There is none. There is none. There really isn't. So at this point, we're not talking about voting for people. We're talking about voting for long-term and short-term agendas. And that's why I can say I don't like Trump, but then still tell brothers they need to vote for Trump. Because really, if you live in a state that I live in North Carolina, it's going red no matter what. So at this point, I'm looking at state politics and local politics, because North Carolina is going red regardless. So this message is really for y'all that live in the Northeast, or y'all live in Ohio, y'all live in Michigan, y'all live in PA, y'all live in Florida, you live in the states that Virginia. This is for you niggas. Because y'all the ones that can actually harm the Democratic Party. Y'all the ones that cannot vote or vote for Trump or say fuck it. Y'all the ones that actually can do that shit. The battleground states. Understand that if one of y'all if Trump were to get Ohio, Florida, or fucking Virginia, that's really game the fuck over. I don't think he'll get PA, but it's a whole bunch of black folks in Philly. Y'all can make a difference, even if you don't vote. They was talking about Trump. So anyway, but off of that shit, my point is that's for the white motherfuckers. The white bitches that want to talk I want mixed babies or the Hispanic bitches, all that stupid shit. Fuck y'all. The same bitches that would stare and say that we're not ready for a black president while y'all sucking on white black dick. Fuck y'all. I don't want to hear that. That's number one. Number two, now we going down the sisters. The Gayle Kings, who's the most egregious. You've been had a black son. Your son is my age. You've had a son for 33 years, but that don't give a fuck when it comes to a man that you can't fucking stand. That man that fucked with when you linky as hell. You awkwardly built. You got a face that's okay. Fuck out of here. A dude that probably supported you and now you mad because he moved on. So you want to take that shit out on all black men. I don't give a flying fuck about that shit. The reality of the situation is black Oprah, Gayle, and that whole brigade have done almost more damage, almost comparable damage as the fucking police. If you actually understand image, they have led the charge for decades. What she did to Kobe was unforgivable. Period. And how they responded, Susan Rice and them, to with Snoop Dogg, you should just let Snoop Dogg have his say and just let him shut the fuck up. But no, y'all had to put him in his place like a little boy. This is a black man that's married to a black woman and it stuck with the chick that stuck with him. So that tells black men that shit don't mean shit no one way to Sunday when you're mad. So the reality, that's why when we talk about what black men ain't done, that shit don't mean shit. Dudes don't get no pass. If you look at all the niggas that get passes, they get passes because motherfuckers want to fuck. Not because of any of the shit with that. Chris Brown's a perfect example. Chris Brown stay fucking with mixed chicks. But women give him a pass. Which is what it is. But my point is, folks act like we forget about that army you talking about. That army Susan Rice was talking about. Y'all think motherfuckers forget that shit. Like, the reality of the situation is black women build a lot of what they have on the bodies of dead black men. That's the truth. And too many black men are too bitch made to tell their mamas and to tell black women in their family as well as black women they know that we know that shit. These chicks actually have the nerve to tell black men, think about this shit for a second. I don't give a fuck about the circumstances. Because yes, I saw the video where I didn't see the video at the time. I saw that video where that dude got shot in Atlanta. And you know what? Fuck that cop. He shouldn't have. That's bullshit. These motherfuckers come out with overwhelming force, mainly for black men. And the reality is, yes, he threw a taser. But there was other shit I know. The hell with that. I'm not saying he should go to jail with that cop, but I am saying he needs to go through the court system. It ain't gonna be internal affairs. Damn that. Damn that shit. And understand something. That police chief who has way more experience than any of us to talk on that, why would they resign? Why would they resign like that? They would stand on it. If they knew he could have did it. If he did the best, nobody's out here saying that police should put themselves in a position where they can get killed. I know, like anybody else, if somebody is wilding the fuck out, no matter what race and shit got to get handled, that's why police have always been given a rope they've been given. But now you got white folks that ain't even got a badge thinking they could pull the same shit. And then what's funny is you got black men, and no, I'm not talking about Charles, by the way, but you got black men that will sit here and actually justify that shit regardless if they don't got a badge. If they got a badge, I give them personally a hell of a lot more rope because I understand police have to deal with that every day. So I get that. But at the same time, and I do believe that at some level, as a black man, regardless of how fucked up it is, I take the position where I don't give these cops the reason to do shit. And it's not even me like swallowing my tongue. I talk to them like whatever. I understand they the police, force, and I treat them like that is. If they not having me do stupid shit, it is what it is. I'm the type of dude where I let them search my car because I ain't got nothing to hide, and people are, you start to get mad at me for doing that. So anyway, I get that. But what I'm saying is that's not what I'm really speaking to, because when you got the Zimmermans who's still walking around, you got all these people walking around, a lot of these people walking around that want to act like they cops. And then they start to get kind of the benefit of the doubt. That's a problem. And that's not, and let's keep it real. I'm not putting that on the police. That's a different type of issue, and that's a political issue. Just like how out here you can't fuck with these illegal immigrants. You damn near can't even call them illegal immigrant no more. Make that make sense. But back to these chicks. The black women do get a lot of what they get on the bodies of dead black men, and that's how it's been for a long time. Everything that black women have as a collective is built on black men. And I didn't serve, but black men that served in the military that proved that we would fight for this country when we had no real reason to. Not only that, we ain't never really turned on this country when people try to flip us to do so, by the way. And a lot of and everything that really was supposed to go to black men to be filtered down to black women as as our betas, went directly to black women to undermine it because women went for it. And this hidden secret. And too many black men are bitch made to straight up say it like that. I'm not saying you got to pound the pavement every day, but man, but motherfuckers need to let the pussy go and say, I can get a white bitch and tell if I need to fuck, and then get this chick if I need to have a kid. It's sister down the way. But let them fucking know. Everything. That's why when you see them marching, I'm actually insulted by black women out here marching. I don't want these chicks out here. I don't give a, you ain't representing me. You doing that for you. That's why when brothers will even come out here talk about, look at all the black women out there. These bitches are out here for them. They not out here for you. The fuck you mean? You know they ain't out here for you. So why the fuck would you even point that out to somebody unless you want to talk about somebody that's fucking stupid? Ain't not one time these chicks have been like 80% of these chicks are out here for them. They want to promote pseudo black intersectionality, on the bodies of a dead black man. Because at the end of the day, when you look at all these judges that are black, all these police chiefs that are black females, black judges, they might as well be doing the same thing that Clarence fucking Thomas in there. It's nothing. And see, somebody would say, well, women are going for power. Well, they can go for power. But guess what? Don't expect black men, when black men finally do unplug from your ass, no, you're going to be out there on your own. And all of that shit is pseudo power. Because if they don't have the foundation that they're men, that shit that they're doing, that's allowed. And when that stops being allowed, that shit will be gone quicker than you can blink. That shit will be as gone as this automation and this COVID is removing jobs. It don't mean shit. These women will be mayors today, nothing tomorrow. And see, they don't understand that because white people are very good at playing long cons and they ain't pulling the rope over it. But no, I don't want to hear it. I done fucked some, but not all of y'all to varying degrees. Because y'all either silent about it, y'all either co-sign it low-key, or y'all either soft shoe promote it, or y'all either overt promote it. So yes, all of y'all. Damn that. Damn some, but not all of it. Fuck all that. I'm gonna say all. And if we gotta peel a couple of here or there that ain't doing it, then fuck it. But at the end of the day, if I put a bomb somewhere and then I say, okay, this is gonna hit everybody in that camp, but it's gonna be like out of 100, it's gonna be like 8. There's gonna be casualties. Is that an acceptable loss? Well, most people would say that it is, depending on the level of targets you're trying to get. And so my point is, as far as ratio to blame, yes, every black woman at some level complies with that. It's statistically insignificant, the ones that don't. It really is. So at the end of the day, everybody is basic. Once again, you see a country where even when they're protesting, and they ain't said jack shit about, you notice how black men are not mentioned on the news? Do you notice that nobody's talking about black men? None of the issues have been brought up about black male homelessness, about we're first to get fired, last to get hired, about what illegal immigration, any issue that affects black men. But you've heard LGBT, you've heard people of color. They're doing the same shit but remixing it, actually believing that you're gonna convince motherfuckers to vote for the Democratic Party and not even understand that all you doing is pissing people off. That's all the fuck you doing. Because most of these local municipalities are democratically controlled, which means the police force works for them. Period. You work for a democratic infrastructure, not a Republican one. And the more urban the city, the more locked down it is. And remember on my last video, I was talking shit about the police, but I was more talking shit about reaching and grabbing the throats of these politicians. Because there's the ones that let that shit go and don't give a fuck. The only thing that's different now is basically the fact that people are sitting home. And so at the end of the day, fuck that bullshit. Now let's go down to the last line, which is these niggas. So now I'm talking particularly about black celebrities. I already excluded Dave Chappelle, the Killer Mikes of the world, the T.I.s of the world. Y'all niggas ain't no different than Anthony Brown Logan. Y'all are trying to y'all are trying basically find a way to finesse a way of being valuable to the dominant society by sheep and control. And y'all are like an alternative to like the reverends. The reverends are not able to move enough people, at least black men. So y'all's job is to try to be a real ass nigga and then get black men to basically follow you. Fuck y'all. I don't want to hear shit you gotta say. I don't want to hear shit none of you niggas gotta say. Like real fucking talk. If you are not sitting, if you are not promoting somebody like a Dr. Not Umar, like a Dr. John Claude Anderson, or any of these Dr. Tommy Curry, or any of these professors that Sigmas talk about like in Duke and shit, you motherfuckers are useless. That is the only way you all matter. And if I ask myself if you all have done that, you all ain't done that at all. Y'all don't even promote Bushwhackers like that. Not to say you should be, but you get what I'm saying. Y'all sit there and y'all try to think you're going to do this hip hop shit, this thought shit, the way these bitches are acting now, the way they're starting to act. The way these millennials are literally, man, my brother showed me some crazy shit. These millennials are literally out here thinking, trying to follow Cardi B's plan and be a porn star and a rapper at the same time. They setting that shit up, building followings by shaking their ass on Instagram Live and shit. This is the shit you motherfuckers birthed. And you really think I'm going to give a fuck about anything you got to say about some fucking politics? You can kiss my motherfucking ass. The fuck y'all doing in Atlanta? And some of y'all can show some pussy ass shit you done did, building homes here, which by the way, you know what? I'm going to say it just like this. You want my respect? Well, this is what I did for black people. No, fuck you. What have you done for black men? Well, dude, man, we gotta help out. No, fuck them bitches, fuck them kids. What have you done for black men, or at the least black boys? Go. Shout out to Dr. Steve Perry. I don't agree with everything he say, but he can pull his black boys receipts. I got these niggas graduating in college and actually getting degrees. Robert Smith, I got 30 mil, black male school. And I'm not even finished. I even paid their parents shit off. So now these parents can't ask these niggas for shit. What have you done? Yeah, fuck you, nigga. Kiss my ass. What about these daughters? Fuck your daughter. I don't want to hear shit. If I don't hear black men, I don't give a fuck. Period. That's where it starts. And then once you actually demonstrate, you actually understand that only through black men can a black community actually exist, then we can have a conversation. If you don't get that, there's nothing to talk about. So black men might as well do what the fuck they need to do. And then when the shit makes sense for black men to work together, it works together. When it don't, it don't. And now, why am I having this rant? It's because, you know what? Shout out to Super Triz, and none of this has to do with Super Triz. And I'm open. I understand where Super Triz is coming from because he's not the first one to say it. There's a lot of people in the manosphere that they want a different conversation. I am all for expanding the conversation as far as opening up. There's shout out to Craig, the tech guy. Obviously, when Super Triz leaves and goes to Germany, I think I'm all for doing that and helping that. I've even been looking at other YouTube channels which kind of expand shit a little bit. That's what kind of the MT Master Teacher thing kind of came about. So I'm not against that at all. But this shit ain't gonna flip like the core of what people are doing. The reason why we have to say this shit over and over again, first of all, if you look at LGBT shit, they didn't just stop talking about it. They got gay marriage, they got all this shit, and they still running. So that should tell you something. And we ain't even made no victories like that at all. So we still got a lot to do. You're starting to see a lot of market penetration where even we don't even got a plurality of black men that we need to. Networked. So the conversation, you got always zillennials. These millennials are coming online, and the ones that do want to check to see if there's something that can be done are seeing, oh no, these motherfuckers is 10, 13 years older than us. They said they got fucking receipts. They done tried for years. I was fucking 8, 9 years old when these motherfuckers started talking shit. And these chicks have demonstrated over a long period of time that they're not gonna do shit unless they're forced to. So no, I'm going back to Maria. Damn that shit. Or maybe, and I'll go overseas if I decide I want to deal with a sister. See, they would be doing exactly what the fuck we were doing if they didn't already see us come before them and do it. And shout out to BGS, who writes a lot of these receipts from an older generation standpoint. Or the older dudes, like, Kev is up there, like 50, Obsidian, So you're hearing 2 generations of this shit. You're not just motherfuckers that are actually in the prime dating age as far as dating these people in real time. Folks that understand the past. I'm not saying they ain't dating younger women, but you get what I'm saying. So my thing is, it's time, it's time for black men to stop fucking apologizing for shit. It's time for black men to stop acting like, you deserve to get fucked with. I don't care who lost what or who won what. At the end of the day, the white men winning ain't stopping these white bitches from fucking cucking these white dudes' ass. So don't act like that white ice is cold. Fuck that shit. A cop is only as strong as a lawyer you don't have. I'm black first, but I am American. And understand that my Americanness, I will hold these white boys down to that Constitution because I don't even, it ain't even gonna be a question about what we built. Because that's the same thing these chicks to be saying. Oh, you didn't build shit, I had to build something. Some things I just can't rock with Ramil one, but whatever about that. Even that Rumble they had, what you ain't built. Certain things I'm not fucking arguing. I'm gonna tell you something. Certain things that black men need to learn how to just out promote. We need to say, fuck this debates. We're just gonna say that shit is not allowed. And I'm even talking about him. I'm talking even with these females. Like this bull, we need to start learning how to out promote, out image. And we don't have to be at the same level to do that. Because the truth is, remember, when it comes to running for president, you just got to get to the general election. And then at that point, it's a 50-50 shot for the most part. Because they seeing you at the same level. So anyway, that's me talking my shit. I wanted to get that out. I really wanted to get that out because, and this ain't got nothing to do really with anybody in the sphere. This is just some shit that I'm seeing like in the general. I'm seeing, that's why, I'm seeing, all these groups want to take a piece. Now, I will say this. It's nice to see all the different cities that really ain't got no real investment into what we do, like in UK kind of, sort of, but like in Asia and in Germany, and they're talking about Black Lives Matter, because they're not talking about Black Lives Matter on some gay shit. They talk about Black Lives Matter on some solidarity. That's nice to see. Because as a black man to go overseas, that's nice to see that they say, wow, that's fucked up. That's nice to see. Because that says a lot. So I'm not mad about that. But the motherfuckers, because they don't know what goes down in the States like that. But the folks that knows, and they don't want to talk about it. Oh no, no, no. We will be. I was talking about, nigga. I've been talking about this shit for a year and a half and ain't got no money from it outside of like roast. Shout out to Roastmaster and a couple of others. I ain't had my super chats on. I purposely kept my shit off. I could have had my super chats on for like 2.5 years now because it ain't about the money for me. This shit, the truth will be fucking told. And understand that if when I decide to actually put my marketing skills behind the megaphone, God help you. Because when I do that, that's when you're gonna hear me stop talking, and that's where folks need to be afraid. Because at that point, I'll just speak through other people. And you've already people that know how to, they have the credibility and they have the type of shit. Why you think when I promote people like Ramil or some shit, even though Ramil's been in the game, longer as far as YouTube, I'll admit, he said that. And why do you think that? Because it's certain shit, like I will just put money behind that, and y'all are already doing it by supporting it. And then when I talk, it ain't nothing you can say, because that's just money moving around behind certain people. And there's plenty. Shout out to Bernard Riley, who ain't going in, but Bernard Riley has a really good talk show atmosphere. Shout out to MT. You can't take out all that shit. God help if I start doing that. Because if I start doing that, then it's going to be really old. Because black men, it does not take a lot of black men. It really doesn't. Like, to really put a dent in this shit. The good thing about the work that was done in the 2010s is listening to Professor Black Truth and Jason Black, seeing Jason Black raise $250,000 on a project, seeing Taraji, it shows you what's possible. Seeing even what Boyce Watkins has done, even though I think it could have been done better, it shows you what's possible. And not only that, seeing how, like, come on, man, if I would have told you during the Colin Kaepernick shit that Nancy Pelosi would have a fucking African colored scarf and be taking a knee with Chuck Schumer, y'all would have told me, what type of weed am I smoking and can you get some? Can I give you a plug? Come on. So that is it. And does that mean anything? No. What that means is they hear what the fuck you saying and they understand that motherfuckers might not vote. But they don't got to worry so much about niggas voting Republican, but they got to worry about niggas not voting. So anyway, and like I said, man, and I go back to the beginning of this stream. Like, even, there's even people I don't like. You don't hear me calling people names like that. So I'm not trying to be mean. Look, I appreciate all my subscribers, but stop trying to call people out of their name. Don't do that. I'm not going to mention something because y'all make me look like a two-faced nigga. And then that's one thing I am not. I'm sitting here promoting something that I want to hear. I want to hear what the fuck you got to say. Y'all don't hear me promoting Kevin like that. He don't need my promotion. He's got 57 subs. So y'all know who the fuck he is. But shit, that's some shit I want to see. And I'm curious what y'all think. Because I might do a playback after. That's the only reason I promoted it. And I wanted to promote it right because that's just the right thing to do for me. Whatever. I ain't getting nothing out of it. So anyway, Trump is a narcissist. He supports what make him money and makes him popular. He doesn't have any real values other than, yeah, I mean, he has his values. I don't think they'd be values you'd agree with, but he has values. It's just, yeah. But at the end of the day, Trump is not, people want to make Trump is a symptom of a bigger issue. That's what, see, the reason why I'm cool with Trump being in there because now he done demonstrated he ain't gonna do crazy shit, which I kind of suspected he wouldn't. But also, because I remember the first year he was, first 6 months, motherfuckers was scared. But at the same time, Trump is a representation of if black men can't have it, nobody can have it. And I'd rather dial shit back to pre 2010. I'd rather have a Defense of Marriage Act. I'd rather, fuck this. If we got to deal with this bullshit we've been dealing with, then nobody can have it. These liberals can't have it. Fuck it. You can't have your gay shit. You can't have your immigrant shit. You can't have shit. Black women, y'all can't have your shit. Damn that. That's how I feel. And Trump is a representation of that, so he's a means to that end. And we don't have the numbers. One dude said that on what's called Ramil's panel. We don't have the numbers. We have to do strategic shit like that. Sometimes you got to be a problem. When you are a minority population, we're talking about a minority of a minority because you're talking about like 6%. You have to be a problem. It's not enough to just not vote. You have to be a problem. Well, you gonna vote Republican? Well, there's things on the Republican platform black men understand and black men agree with. If you actually look at the Republican platform, and I'm not even a Republican, black men would agree more with the Republican platform than with the Democratic platform. So that's so especially so that what are we talking about? I'm not Anthony Brian Logan. I'm not Brandon Tatum. I'm not fucking Candace Owens. I'm laying the facts down. And I would debate anybody on that. And even when people act like Trump, oh, Trump's doing great. Not really. But the question is, will Biden do better? In some ways, he might. But am I willing? But understand, Trump is a white man. So any dumb shit he does, that's on white people for voting for him. But I'm not about to sit here and do this counter minority white and get Joe Biden in there. We had to go through Obama where folks wanted to act like nothing shit went wrong. Black men were shut the fuck up during Obama. And yes, Obama did a couple things like my brother's keeper, but at the end of the day, the women ran that shit. And I'm not going back to that. Fuck that shit. I'd rather the Republicans be in there than bitches shit like that. Like real fucking talk. I'd rather you just keep voting them Republicans in and I'll take my chances. I'm dead ass about that. I'm dead ass about that. Obama had nothing but bitches around him. Damn that. I'm not voting for that no more. No, I'm not. I am not voting for that shit no more. I got to say I voted for a black president. Now, fuck it. I don't care. And so the question is, if you want me to vote for you, then you gonna fucking give me a reason. Hell, these motherfuckers ain't even talking about reparations. You would think they would have brought that shit up. Where are these black women bringing up reparations? Since they want to have a voice, where is Gayle King? You don't even hear them trying to rehash that. They back on the intersectionality shit. Because you know they ain't saying nothing that's not without the script of what they're allowed to go to. So I know they full of shit. I'm not just saying this because I'm mad. I don't give a fuck these chicks are in office. But are you doing what we need you to do? No, you ain't doing shit. Goes to show you no one is gonna save black men. This silly vote GOP if your black man is uninformed over. No, it's not, CD, and I would debate your ass about this. Understand, dude. Okay. I get that this was a long time to comment. Nobody. Okay, let's start off with the premise that the GOP ain't gonna do nothing for your black ass. Obviously, which to Ramil, Trump, there are some things that Trump has done. Are they like significant, overwhelming? No. But there's more than what the Dems have done, which the bar is that fucking low. So the question is, again, you want to talk about it's silly. How the fuck is it silly? I just mapped the shit out. At the end of the day, you can look at the platform end of conversation. You can actually compare the platforms end of conversation. When you vote for the Democratic Party, you are overtly voting for gynocracy. You are overtly voting for these women to run you. These Democrats have not done jack shit about you. We are a 6% population. We are not a threat like that. And they haven't done jack shit for you despite our military numbers, despite all the shit we have done. And we're talking about black men that actually are produced, let alone black men that you could argue don't. To hell with that shit. So how the fuck can you not understand that? I'm not talking about vote. You ain't ever heard me say vote Republican to save your ass. It's about you flexing who you are as a block. They cannot win without the black vote. They can't win without black men because they need a united black vote. Hispanics even understand this shit. I don't get it. Come on, man. Stop. Y'all kill me because because that's all y'all got to say. Well, they not going to do shit for you either. I don't give a fuck. That's not what the purpose of me telling people to vote for them. How the fuck you don't understand that shit? And to be fair, Tim Scott has done a little bit for black folks in South Carolina. Come on, man. Stop. Yes, gay people are oppressed. Gay people still get fired for being gay. Shane Vicious, gay people don't get fired for being gay like black men get fired for being black men. So you can kiss my ass with that. I don't agree with that. I fuck that. Plus, these were open carry states too. That's because SYSBM is the way. Well, SYSBM is just not about you. Y'all got to realize it. SYSBM is the beginning. SYSBM is not just about saying I'm not gonna fuck black women no more because black women ain't going nowhere. They'll just turn into lesbians and then start competing against you economically and really fucking you up. So whatever. The Democratic Party is one they are in the last 30, 40 years, and I'm not letting the Republicans off the hook. I am under no illusions as to what the fuck I'm dealing with. But this is about political chess. Black people only think about checkers. Unfortunately, the Republican Party is the only other party. Yes, you can vote for third party, but you gotta let the Democrats know. Because me personally, what I suggest black people do is you just primary every black Democrat and start putting people in there you want to put in there, like what the Tea Party does to the Republicans. And we just let motherfuckers know you're not getting out of there without addressing the shit you need to address. We got to be taken seriously, so we have to take ourselves seriously. So vote Republicans is actually the easiest thing to do because if you do that, you will harm the Democratic Party and force them to have to go for votes elsewhere. And to be fair, white folks, it's not enough white folks that are going to let certain things go. They're not going to let the abortion thing go. They're not going to let the culture wars go. So they've already fucked up the blue collar union whites. They were voting for them for their job. That's over. And COVID really fucked that up. So they have nowhere to go. They're not going to legalize these immigrants. They're not going to let them the Republicans that are their base ain't going to let that happen. So it's chess. But black people, it's like it's so hard for black people to think like that because they think with their emotions. Shavin said, I'm in Florida. I'm probably going to hold my nose and vote for Biden. I sat out 2016. Really? Wow, Shane. But so Shane, you cool with voting for gynocracy? That's basically. I don't. Why not just don't vote? Just vote. Fuck you and just write in fuck you for the president because you in Florida where that matters. See, the thing about you, Shane, is, and I'm not talking about you, and I'm glad you said that. I respect you for actually being honest. I respect that. A lot of black folks will be in this I'm fucking a non-black bitch. And then so the Democratic Party is the party of the people of color shit. At the end of the day, they are the party of gynocracy. So I mean, you said you sat out in 2016. So now that's Trump got elected. I mean, shit. You know, let's keep it real. This is the same state where a black man ran and then black women didn't. A lot of black women voted against him. So they not sitting the fuck out. They're making it very, very clear. He's also underfunded and undermined law. I mean, dude, okay, man. Again, CD, and I know these are long time. CD, you got, here's the thing that kills me about you, man, and you're a long time subscriber, so I respect it. Why is it that you know what the fuck that Trump has done in 4 years, but you can't tell me a goddamn thing the Democrats have done over decades to black men? That's what kills me. Like if we were actually saying, okay, on the one hand, here's the pros and cons for the Democratic Party for black men. Here's the pros and cons for the Republican Party for black men. Let's compare. Let's get straight on what the facts are, and then let's have a conversation. National, state, or local. I'm good to have that debate. That's not what happens. What happens is you all will say, oh, but look at the Republicans that this, because they're racist. They're racist. And I just can't vote for that. But you can vote for gynocracy, which is racism in another name. Black men have been dealing with feminism in a way that men and other men haven't seen for decades now. And that's what kills me about y'all. That's what kills, nigga, in the cities where you getting shot, these are democratically controlled zones. Maybe not you, or when a place where you get a liquor license. What dude? I think dude MT on MT shit. He told me. He said that that he lives in Prince George County, Maryland. That is a Democratic up and down controlled, black controlled state, and it was hard for them to get a weed license. So what the fuck are you talking about? That fear of racism. Most of these white people are racist. Bill, come on, man. Let's stop. The only difference is some of them want to hang with your ass and some of them don't. Some cops have, look, man, I want to be clear about how I am with the cops. 90% of cops are great, 10% of them aren't. I want to have my foot in the air of the 10% all the time. And I don't expect the 90% to save the public. It's the public that get that 10%. That's how I feel about the fucking cops at the end of the day. I done been let go of shit that I ain't had no business being let go of. So I've had more of a positive experience than negative experience. But man, the first time I ever got stopped by a cop with a seatbelt ticket, my face was planted on the goddamn um um on the guy and I on the goddamn fucking hood. And remember, this was a black cop and a white cop. And to be fair, it was the black. I hate to say that shit, but it was the fucking black cop that kept wanting to mess with me. If it wasn't for the white cop, I'm not saying the black cop would have did something as far as threatening, but the white cop is really what asked when I was saying to do this, he's the one that actually checked it. Anyway, yeah, appreciate that, Antoine. Big game Orton chain. That is true. A lot of these motherfuckers are virtue signaling to these white boys. And my thing is, look, man, I deal with a lot. I deal with different races on business on a lot of things. But at the end of the day, if it's something that matters, I'm not holding my tongue for that. I'm not hoping you gonna do shit. I'm like, look, this is an issue. You either give a fuck about it or you don't. But if you don't, then fuck you. I'm not about to say, oh, but let's put that shit. No, we're not. Because you got you won't. So either we gonna get it together or we ain't getting it at all. Cause I'm used to the place I'm in. You ain't. I'm used to child support. You ain't used to getting cucked financially. So I guess you ain't felt the pain enough. Anyway, truth as I know it, I disagree with that. And again, a lot of you niggas, I'm starting to notice that a lot of you niggas is fucking non-black bitches are the ones that always got something to say about the Democrats and the Republicans. Y'all buy into that people of color shit. That's the issue. It could be worse under Republicans. Half the time we're under Republican. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not saying, like, what are you talking about? Black wealth, look, compare black wealth under Bush to then Obama. And yeah, Bill Clinton black wealth was built, but you compare it. Come on, man. Don't give me that shit. It's obvious y'all ain't really got nothing to say. That's why I don't talk about politics like that on this channel. Because I know a lot of y'all be blowing smoke. A lot of that y'all telling me is fear. And at the time that I pulled these comments, I wasn't even talking about politics like that. Grown man business says black folks don't have a racism problem. We have a masculinity problem. That's partly true. I would say we have a gynocracy problem, but I would say we have a masculinity problem. The fact that we submit to gynocracy. Black people should be like the goddamn Confederates when it comes to gynocracy. We should be rebelling against that shit just cuz. That's why I support SYSBM. That's why I support any like passport bros. We should be undermining and breaking that shit every chance we get. And that starts first with us removing anything we contribute to it, AKA votes, AKA money, AKA male support, everything. And that's easy. That's a choice. Black Lives Matter, yep. Exactly, CD. I agree with that, with the gains of black men. And I appreciate y'all putting this shit out there because look, man, if folks didn't give pushback, then I wouldn't be able to answer what y'all are saying. So understand, I'm not trying to beat y'all up, but if you notice, the people that give me the most pushback be the ones that be already married, already dealing with non-black women, which is fine. But what I'm saying is, y'all need to understand this. See, it seemed like them bitches are liberal, so y'all be adopting some of that shit. Blackline says on their website, black male sexism is 60 years ago means that straight black men today don't have a place in. Yep, that is true. And that's something that needs to be put out there. Because the fact that they stand on that shit like they do, this is why I had to kind of get cool on Kaepernick. No, we got to start answering it. See, this is why, by the way, I'm glad you posted that, because this is why when motherfuckers ask, why do y'all keep talking about the same thing? Now, granted, it needs to get to a point where the megaphone can penetrate easier and better, a better mousetrap, but that's why. Because that shit shouldn't even be allowed. Because we've never had an honest conversation about the relationship between black men and black women. Black women are basically parroting what white bitches say, talking about sexism and all this bullshit. The fuck you mean sexism? We were stepfathers, we are stepfathers in bigger percentage than any motherfuckers. Fucking y'all fat ass. Y'all don't shut the fuck up. To them, colorism is sexism. And see, they've been saying it for so long, they think that's a fucking reality. Sexism. Bitch, shut up. Y'all got how the fuck you got the biggest attitude of any woman and you want to say it's sexist? Go somewhere else and talk that shit and you gonna find out what sexism really is. You're right, free will defender. When they say black people, they mean black women. And they really mean black girls when they say black children. Yep, I agree. Black men die. But it's time to start bringing those industry puppets down. And so in the more social media rises, the harder it's going to be. Man, remember, think about I voted for Bernie Sanders in the primary because I didn't want Hillary, the 2016. I lost all respect for Bernie Sanders when he actually wanted to do a sit down with Cardi B. That shit told me, yeah, you got people in your ear, but you don't really know what the fuck you talking about. Not when it come to us. All the people Bernie could have sat with, Killer Mike put her in front of Cardi. Oh, hell no. No. Exactly. All of them are black women. And I'm glad you put it, CD. That was part of what had me do this video. Fucking time I turn around, I'm seeing nothing but black bitches. And I hate that. And I'm not talking about the family. I'm talking about all the talking heads. Fucking sick of that shit. And then, or Don Lemon. Like Dave Chappelle said. Nigga, they fucking making fun of us. And you know what? I don't need to be on TV. But come, trust me. My birthday is November 2nd. I will be turning 34 pretty much the week of the election. I'm gonna have all my gutters cleaned and I'm gonna have everything set up, and that tier water, when Trump gets reelected, I'm gonna be here for it. And I'm gonna stock up. Motherfuckers are gonna be sad and I'm gonna be laughing. In fact, I might start Ubering just so I can pick some motherfuckers up. Killer Mike is disappointing me heavily because Killer Mike is kind of the archetype. He's the most sophisticated of the dudes that are trying to shepherd black men in the shit. And what it is it's like, okay, on the one hand, this is the closest that black men are getting to issues, but I'm fucking done with that now because that ain't changing shit. I'm like, no, motherfucker. If you're not introducing these motherfuckers to Tommy Curry, if you're not introducing these motherfuckers to Dr. Claude Anderson, because he dude's got a limited lifespan, I don't fuck you too. That's where I'm at with Killer Mike. Fuck Killer Mike. Killer Mike is doing more harm than good. The North is getting worse, truth as I know it, and that's what I've been trying to fucking tell people. That's why a lot of black people are coming to the South. I get the good old boys, but a lot of these places are being replaced with some of these new South cities where it's not good. Dude, I'm not trying to say it's better. I'm saying it ain't as worse than other places like people try to make it seem like now. Absolutely. CNN likes their blacks crying like Van Jones. Yep, you right. And Van Jones has some stuff that he's done for boys, but Van Jones has disappointed me. Van Jones is at the bottom of the fuck you list, but he's on it. Appreciate the super chat, y'all. Exactly, Black Moon. I've seen this shit. And half these sisters, some of these sisters be hood rats. Like I've seen it. Fucking tired of that. And a lot of that is service jobs. A lot of that is like assets in order to keep the infrastructure what it is. That's why when these chicks are ain't enough black men to step up, I'm like, bitch, eat a dick. And I'm talking shit, but I'm for real. Because the shit they say is so fucking stupid. What is me fired up? This is stuff that's been building for a minute now. For real, ER. I would have never thought Pelosi would do some goofy ass shit like that. I promise you, Harry Reid wouldn't have did some goofy shit like that. He said, "My knees, y'all better kiss my ass with that." I got Obama elected. That's enough, shit. I ain't got no blacks in my state. Y'all better kiss my ass. And remember the population in San Francisco, the black population. So don't fall for that shit. It is conservative. Trust me. Some of that stuff they just had to let go because of the times. You know what? I'm not even gonna answer that about would you rather have Obama because y'all not gonna like what I gotta say. Because the question is to have when you putting Obama in there also means you putting these whole putting no damn that because black men were getting shot under Obama too. And what was anybody doing shit about it? No, not really. Yeah, okay, the Ferguson, I get all that, but not like this. So no. Sorry, because y'all are looking at a president like y'all feel good about him. I'm looking at how a president can completely change the trajectory. Think of how much these white folks were wilding out when Obama was in office just because they was mad that he was there. Now think about what's going on now. Because they can't blame blacks for anything like they tried because Trump's in there. So y'all are really not thinking bigger picture. Y'all are just thinking like, oh well, Obama's in there, so it's okay. No, Obama was a gynocratic president, and the women made him stay there. Also, LGBT had a 30-year leapfrog under Obama. This is what you all are vote. I voted for him twice too, so I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just being honest. This is the shit we voted for. Everything he did, we voted for twice, and I gotta hold that L. So I'm not gonna learn from that shit. You think I'm not gonna learn from that shit? Obama was the first person I voted for that won. I voted for John Kerry first over Bush. And Obama. So this is the first time the person I won I got in there. And North Carolina flipped the first time. Didn't flip the second time. No, I learned. It's a decade. I learned. What's up, Dollar Washington? Well, I mean, as far as going overseas, black men need to be global. I'm not saying, look, I think black men need to get to the point where you're buying property overseas, we're networking overseas. We need to get to a point where we have established enclaves overseas that we can go over there. That I'm for black people, particularly black men wanting to retire over there. I'm for that. That way, we have enclaves established. I think we should do that globally. That's why I never argue when people always talk about building Wakanda and shit, and they want every black person to go. Every black person don't have to go. We can support you financially here. There's a lot of choice there. Look, man, you can go. Look, if you want somebody that's going CD, if you want somebody that's going to the debate about Trump, you can go ahead and go on Ramil shit because he got all the smoke for that shit. I've already outlined why the fuck black people should vote for him. Point blank, period. And at the end of the day, the fact that you got all the information about what Trump does, but you can't cross compare with what the Democrats have done for decades to black men, that tells me everything I need to know. At the end of the day, you don't like Trump because you think he's racist, period. I'm telling you, Biden is just as racist. The fact that you can't see that, there's nothing that really needs to be said. That Black Hoover strikes, I can understand that about the COVID. I could get that. But at the same time, vote for Trump is a vote for chaos. And trust me, I'm in position to weather chaos. If y'all ain't, I can understand that. But I am. Think about it. With this COVID shit, I'm doing my job from home. My job home, my business home, I'm good. You know, I know how to cook. I got my new wave shit. I got learn how to cook with all. I got a couple of black channels, black men and black women, as far as females plus cooking, as well as other people too. Chinese food, all of that, good shit. So I'm cool. We've been talking about this shit for years on BGS and shit when it comes to survival and shit, and shit ain't really hit the fan yet. And by the way, it doesn't matter if Biden gets in the White House. This automation is happening. It's happening. It's over. COVID happened. It's over. So even if Trump leaves, the stuff there is there. And by the way, I need him to do 4 more years because I need Ruth Bader Ginsburg to be replaced with a conservative justice. Because now the real shit happens. Well, what about civil rights? Nigga, you ain't got no civil rights as a black man like that. That shit is in name only for us. Let's get the fuck out of here. When you look at these laws they're passing for these fucking illegals, shit. CD, what is the Democrats providing you? Look, I have been talking for a minute now. You have yet to fucking at least Black Hulu said the COVID and the handling government shit. All right. You have yet to tell me anything the Democratic Party is providing or has provided. You have yet to say that. Ain't nobody said that in this chat yet because you niggas don't know. Yeah, stakes is high. I understand that. That's why I'm not even mad about that. Because most states are already abiding by that. CD, a lot of y'all, okay, CD. So Saturday or Friday, I'm going to do a political channel. You can come on. And y'all, because every time I do politics, a lot of you niggas are nowhere to be found. Like, seriously. And so I end up talking to myself. Niggas talk about the Republicans ain't gonna do shit. You say that like the Democrats gonna do shit. Hell, nigga, you got a $1,200 check under the Republicans. The fuck you get under the Democrats? Oh, by the way, the baby mama's got extra kid on child support. You didn't get shit. Exactly. Look, man, Trump is not. I don't like Trump. But it's not about I don't like him. And I don't give a fuck if who y'all really vote for. But I'm going to have the real conversation, not the Republicans are racist bullshit. You done had Kamala, Corey. When it came to reparations, they done told you like fucking Elizabeth Warren. They told you right to your fucking face what the fuck they thought of that shit. And you tell me how that's different than fucking Donald Trump. At least Donald Trump ain't told your ass you can kiss my orange ass. Come on now. This is not, you keep on making it about him. And I'm telling y'all, okay, make the case for them. And you can't do it. Gynocracy, LGBT, not only is it gynocracy, it's black male attack on masculinity, fucking black male attack on blue collar black men with this illegal shit. You fucking tell me what the fuck they do to overcome that shit. Because by me voting for him, I'm voting against that. And that's what y'all niggas are not getting. It's not logical. Dude, your cities are controlled by mayors and city councilmen. And some of them have aldermen, some of them do, and city managers and county managers. Really, your local shit starts really with the county at the top. So trust me, I'm not, look, you can say what you want to say with Will I.R. I'm not him. History was my shit. Social studies was my favorite subject. So I know exactly how the money articulates and how the shit is played. You say that he is using politics as a marketing tool, truth as I know it. I don't have a problem with that. But but all I'm asking to Killer Mike is to give Dr. Claude Anderson and his institute some fucking promotion. Is that so hard? Or Dr. Tommy Curry? That's not hard. I'm not asking a lot. Put him in front of the, like, but you ain't serious. I don't agree that racism is great. The fuck you talking about? Oh man, ice God, man. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that, man. Put in the chat, like, I know, put in the description what video you want me to cover, and I'll definitely make sure I cover it. You ain't never heard the Democratic Party say shit. Nigga, think about this. The NFL has said Juneteenth before the Democratic Party. Think about that shit for one month. Roger Goodell declared, look, that ain't shit either, but just to compare ain't shit to ain't shit. If we talk about just talking about something, Roger Goodell said he gonna make Juneteenth a holiday. When if the Democrats don't even do a good job giving us fucking token shit. They telling us up front, they ain't gonna do shit for your ass. Hey man, Ramil, people buy that shit and people like that shit. You know how it is with herbs. If that shit didn't work, people would say. So Ramil, man, I may try the shit. Think about that. Joe Biden actually said, "You not black if you don't vote for me." I'm not saying you're not advocating. Okay, that's look, CD. Trump sucks. I'm not debating that. But the problem is, CD, it's like you want to end the conversation there. I'm comparing and contrasting. That's all I'm doing. I'm giving you, like, I'm not sitting here saying this is what you gonna get if you vote for that. People act like if you vote for Trump, then the Democratic shit somehow don't matter. We know what the Dems are gonna fucking do, and these chicks are chomping them in. You will see a feminism gynocracy like you have never seen if you vote for these motherfuckers over Trump. They will try, nigga. You remember all the shit they voted for when Obama first got elected? Nigga, they got everything they need. We dealing with fourth wave feminism right now. Fourth wave. This is a culture war. Racism is some shit you have always known. That bullshit. Let me tell you something. You can say what you want to say about these racist white motherfuckers, but what you can't say is that these motherfuckers are trying to put your stupid ass in a dress. You can't say that shit. That's some liberal shit. So you say, nigga, you can't say that all these gay black men that developed somehow in the 2000s out of fucking nowhere. I'm 33. I remember when I was in my 20s in the 2000s. I can compare the 90s to the 2000s to 2010. What difference do you fucking think it is? And I'm not talking any of y'all individually. Y'all need to understand what the fuck is happening to y'all ass. Nigga, it's now these chicks are almost overtly fucking gay men. Think about that. I know I'm talking shit today. I'm technically a Democrat. That's the funny thing about the shit that I'm saying. I live in North Carolina. I would probably be an independent / Republican if I was living in Chicago. But I'm technically a Democrat. That's what I keep telling y'all. This is not me sitting here. I am not a pleasure. Now, I got a lot of black men around me that are Republicans. Some of them in the Nation of Islam. Dude, this ain't even like, oh, I'm trying to tell. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling y'all what it is, though. Most of y'all live in cities that are top down, controlled by Democrats. And the prosecutorial body that may not be getting you shot, but fucking you up in child support, but fucking you up and getting you stopped to the point where you paying fucking fines, that is Democratic control infrastructure. I appreciate that, Ice God. And like I said, this content is about to take another level. Because rather than me doing all these hour and a half things, I'm gonna start splitting that up into uploads. That way y'all could kind of, absorb it a little bit better. Because I know that shit's annoying. I know y'all got better shit to do. Racism is a problem, but racism is like a final boss. You can't get to the final boss till you deal with the sub boss. The sub boss is the gynocracy. It's like saying, I want to win a championship with a bad team culture. That can't happen. So, and you can't win a championship and then say, we're going to get the culture. The Lakers tried that shit. Look how it went, turned out. Well, I mean, you say that, but CD, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Nobody is truly nonpartisan. That's not true. And I can tell by how you say, look, I'm not saying you're a Democrat. I'm not saying you're pro-Democrat, but you're definitely more anti-Trump than you are anti-gynocracy. Because what I'm saying is obvious if you actually understand what we're talking about and what we've dealt with. I don't. This ain't theory. You've seen the attack on nigga. Bill Cosby's in jail. That's all I gotta fucking say. You say you don't do. I'm not saying you do, but the thing about it is, I I get what you're saying. Like I said, man, I may do a stream on it. I might get King Sigma on there. Like we go, cause Sigma, we gonna go in. But anyway, y'all, I appreciate it. Like I said, Ice God, appreciate it. Shout out to Roastmaster. Definitely check out that video with Kevin when he uploads it. I don't know if I haven't watched Kevin shit in a minute. I don't know if he's already starting it, but I just wanted to get that promotion. And with that being said, yo, this is Edward signing off. Peace.